Welcome to today's webinar. My name's Andrew Talbot and I'm going to take you through on-demand fashion on marketplaces. So the format for today, it'll be about a 15 to 20 minute presentation. So I'll take you on a whistle-stop tour. And during that presentation, if you look on your screen, you've got a Q&A button. If you submit questions, as you want, at the end of the presentation, I will take all your questions and hopefully give you some answers. So without further ado, let's start. So what are we going to cover today? So I'm going to spend a little bit of time telling you why on-demand fashion and marketplaces work well together. We'll talk about the rise of on-demand fashion on marketplaces, give you a simple guide to adopting on-demand fashion on a marketplace, and as we said, a live Q&A at the end. So let's start off talking about the power of marketplaces, and this obviously applies to e-commerce as well. In the last 3 months, we've had 10 years of growth in terms of on-demand. And because marketplaces dominate on-demand so much, then we've had 10 years of growth in marketplaces, and all the marketplaces have seen extraordinary sales growth in the last 12 months. So if we looked at marketplaces as a whole, you can see different figures, different places in the world, but in simple terms, these stats are saying 48% of all online sales happen via a marketplace. So a marketplace is a platform where multiple sellers sell their products, and this gives you a split of some of the world's biggest. We typically know in the Western world that Amazon are the biggest player, but in Asia, marketplaces are even more dominant, with Tmall and Talbot consuming, and JD.com. So 3 of the biggest 5 are in the Asian marketplace. Obviously, Amazon is one we know. eBay, you have specialist marketplaces like Etsy. In different countries, like in France, Cdiscount is the big player. In the Netherlands, it's Bol. In Poland, it's Allegro. So there's an awful lot of different marketplaces out there now. But the thing to remember in your mind, of every pound spent in e-commerce, half of it is being spent on a marketplace. So that's why they're so important. So I guess to start with, let's talk about what are on-demand products, because we're talking about fashion on demand on a marketplace. So it's probably worth just confirming what sort of on-demand products. So I've taken some examples from our system. So first of all, we start with personalized. So a personalized product is when we type in a name and the product is personalized. And we'll review the marketplaces in a minute and have a look at which marketplaces can cope with personalized, which can't. Obviously, this is a live preview. Not all of them can do live preview. Some of them do text preview. But because we're in this space, we've developed a lot of solutions to kind of help you trade on-demand fashion on marketplaces. So the next one we might talk about is customized. So customized is when it's a blank product and the user can define all the content. So in this particular scenario, if I just choose an image from the gallery, that's as if I was uploading from my own computer. So that's a customized product. Now, not all marketplaces can cope with fully customized products, but we'll look at those in a little more detail. Then we look at a print-on-demand product. So I give you an example here where you can't change any aspect of the design, but because it's print on demand, you can choose, virtually any color on blank product and virtually any size. So the beauty of an on-demand world is it's not just about changing the content like the image or the text. It's also just about choosing your favorite design on whatever product you want. And you could add into here hoodies as well, etc. So those are 3. And then you've got what we call virtual stock. Now, virtual stock is interesting. And if you think the marketplace has been the ultimate way of selling virtual stock, very few of the people selling on the marketplaces have the actual stock in their warehouse. It's often, you may have heard the term drop ship. It's often drop ship from other locations. So the beauty of a marketplace is they do expect drop ship. The drop ship model is the predominant model. So it's not even just about printing what you want. It could be somebody else's stock. And then the evolution on where we're going in here is cut and sew, or CMT, cut, make, trim. This is where the market's going, and I'll give you some examples. So, and again, not all sites can do previewing, but in this case, I can select an image for my product. I can choose the back and do maybe a different image on the back. I could add colors, I could add text, and in this particular case, on this pattern, and again, we'll talk about it in a minute, not everybody can do the 3D preview on the marketplace, but there I've made a garment and I can visualize that garment. So that's where we're going. And we've got plenty of people, which we'll talk about in a minute, on the global fulfillment network that can do a single item now of cut, make, sew. So it makes all of us have the potential to be, not just printing an image on a t-shirt, but designing our own clothing collections. And this is where I think, but you could equally do this in the back end and then sell the products as print on demand. You don't have to offer the user the flexibility to do it on the front end. So this is the versatility with, if you've got the right platform, of the different models that you can sell on demand. So then let's just have a look. Why is on-demand fashion so good on marketplaces? Well, the number one reason is, as you've just heard, 50% of all e-commerce sale happens on marketplaces. So they already have the customers. So ultimately, it removes all of that problem that you may have in attracting traffic for your website or your following, because the marketplace already has the traffic. Now, obviously, you've got an issue potentially where you're competing with a lot of other people, and you do have to give away a bit more of your margin. But anybody in e-commerce knows that the most expensive thing is the cost of acquisition. So the marketplace gets rid of that cost of acquisition. You get the customers straight away. Obviously, being on demand, as we've just demonstrated, you can expand your product range. So, you could have dresses and then do coordinating phone cases, even though you don't have the phone case printing on your site. Or you could do dress from one of the fulfillment network partners. So there's a huge opportunity here to do ranges. Obviously, virtual inventory, as we discussed, both for blank product and finished product, means there's no risk of over/under stocking. You can target niche product lines on marketplaces, because if you examine the different marketplaces, for example, Etsy is more of a crafting marketplace. Whilst Amazon would be more mainstream fashion. So there's lots of niches you can target by using a marketplace. And obviously, the other thing that I love about the world of on-demand, you can respond so quickly. So you can do limited or capsule collections. So you can be very agile and do limited editions. And obviously, the hottest trends. So the classic example of that is, obviously, the pandemic has meant a huge growth in the use of face masks. So it would have been very quick and easy to get ranges of face masks onto marketplaces and, and ride that trend quickly. So there are some very persuasive arguments. Even the biggest brands in our world, very good websites, are often using marketplaces now to supplement their strategy, because they can see that half the world's customers are shopping on marketplaces. So let's have a little look at Amazon and Amazon Custom. Amazon is a marketplace in the Western world that most of us know. If we took a look at Amazon, so typically I just typed in Batman t-shirts onto Amazon, and there is a lot of competition. Lots and lots of Batman t-shirts available on Amazon, and 90% of those will be print on demand. So there won't be any stock sitting anywhere. The one thing to remember about Amazon, obviously, although they do quite a lot of their own selling, half of Amazon is a marketplace, and it's other, people selling on Amazon. So just because Amazon do their own t-shirt printing, still more than half the t-shirts sold on Amazon are printed by other people. So there's an easy market for print on demand t-shirts on Amazon. And one of the things I like, Amazon isn't quite as easy on this, but if I looked at, let's use Etsy as an example, it tells me here how many sales have been made of a particular product. So one of the things top tip is look at what sells. You can tell what sells. There's been 17,000 of those t-shirts sold. So you can do your sums then, 17,000, $12.95, and on one product line you can see how successful somebody has been selling on Etsy. So the Amazon example I was going to give you was first of all Batman t-shirt, and then to show you something called Amazon Custom. So it's using a tool like our customization tools. It's a little more hassle to set up now, but on Amazon, if you click customize now, you can actually browse, upload your own image, add a font. And although it hasn't got the sophistication of our full customization tool, it's quite a strong customization experience. Now, if I then looked on eBay, for example, so here's some print on demand t-shirts on eBay. And when I click on this item on eBay, there isn't a preview option now, but because this is a text one, there is an option to type in the text. And one of the things we can do with our platform for you is, because we know it's this design, teach Andrew, when that comes in, we can make the artwork automatically and push it straight to the printer. So now this is a new feature from eBay that we've actually been working quite closely with them on. You can upload your products automatically to eBay from our platform. We will make the artwork automatically. So it's very much automated the process. It doesn't currently have the preview tool that Amazon's got, but and again, we go back to our principles here, for personalized products, eBay is now a really good option. Obviously, you can't really do customize, or if I show you an example here, let's just go on, not that one, but that one. So this is a personalized t-shirt on Etsy. Sorry, a customized t-shirt on Etsy. And can you see it here? It says, after placing your order, contact us via email and we can arrange for the design details. So Etsy at the moment have no way of previewing like Amazon do, but people are still selling, and they've sold 738 t-shirts there. So, there's still a market, and what we've developed on the platform now is something that's automatic. So when you get that order from Etsy, we can send them one of our smart links, and they can upload their artwork, and then that will go straight through to your printer again. So what we've done is we've developed tools to get around some of the current limitations of marketplaces. Different ones can achieve different things, and technology will always move on. So if I go back, we've talked about Amazon, we've talked about eBay. This is another interesting one. ASOS have been one of the global leaders in fashion. They're an on-demand, online only offering. And if you go onto ASOS now, they have their own ASOS marketplace where they're trying to provide a platform for independent fashion designers. So if you think about that, and then couple that with some of the tools I'm going to present to you in a minute, there's a very powerful option out there for selling on marketplaces. So to recap for you, a simple guide to adopting on-demand fashion on your marketplace. Research and choose the best products to sell. We've gone through the different product types, and in a minute we'll talk about your fulfillment network, so we can help you enable any type of product. So first of all, choose the products, then decide on your fulfillment strategy. Are you doing your own printing, with a small sublimation printer? Are you using a larger professional partner? One of the things we haven't discussed yet, but I really like, is if I'm a fashion designer doing well in the UK, or even somebody with just a good idea, we've already seen that in Asia, they've got more marketplaces. So there's no reason now with the global fulfillment network, which we'll talk about, I can't trade in Asia too. You can do anything manually. Ultimately, you can put one product up on the network, download the orders and do it manually. But if you're looking to scale your business opportunity, you've got to have automation. And there are quite a lot of software packages that will collect orders from marketplaces. But as far as I know at the moment, we're the only ones that will collect an order from a marketplace, make the artwork and deliver it to the appropriate printer. So that's a real USP of KornitX. Obviously, establishing the workflow. So many businesses that are being successful are just employing more and more people. Obviously, people want holidays, want paying. Automate your system. If you're going to be successful selling on marketplaces, unless it's a lifestyle business, you have to automate. And then said that there. So that's a simple guide to what you need to do. And one of our consultants and teams are more than happy to walk you through the process. So what products are the best to sell? Pick products that match your target market. Research. I would say just spend the time on the marketplaces. That example on Etsy was great, wasn't it? 17,000 sales at £12.95. Even my basic maths means that's about £200,000 worth of sales from one product line. Use tools to identify bestsellers, and pay attention to the latest market research. So it's worth spending a little bit of time. You could just be. There was an example a year or two back. There was the television program in the UK. Well, it's been syndicated all around the world called Love Island, and there was a particular phrase that was used in Love Island, and I happen to know that there were tens of thousands of t-shirts printed simply with hashtag that phrase, all sold on marketplaces within a few days. Well, it was over a period of weeks, but they were definitely live within a few days of that phrase becoming part of everyone's vocabulary. So it doesn't have to be a clever fashion design, it could be a simple hashtag. Licensed products sell well. Do be careful. Don't really counterfeit. It's something that in the end, all the licensed brands have people doing that, and you could be subject to substantial legal costs if you use things you haven't got the rights to. So you do need to do licensing properly if you're going to sell it on a marketplace. And it could get you banned from a marketplace, if you do it. So that's something to think about. If you're doing your 17,000 t-shirts and you get banned because you put a fake Disney product up there, then that is something that can come back and haunt you. And for licensors, we've got several tools now to help identify fakes and make sure that doesn't happen. So one of the things as KornitX we've been working really hard on is building libraries of blank products from the main fulfillers. And it's not just blank products now, it's even textiles. So one marketplace that I rather like is Spoonflower, where you can create and make your own textile. Here's a simple example of something we set up on our platform where you kind of choose the fabric you want to use, choose the style of pattern you want to use, choose the background color, upload your pattern, and it will replicate that pattern all over. I've got one that I prepared earlier. I'm just going to wait while it connects to my computer. See if I've got any photographs. probably not wholly appropriate, but then I can mess around with that and zoom it around. Up here. This is just one style, if you like, but it shows how easy it is to make something and play around with that concept. And this is one very simple example. So marketplaces don't have to be exactly what you think they are, even just creating your own fabrics now. And there are lots of niche marketplaces for this, you know. Phone cases has become a huge marketplace as it's become, you know, the default accessory for everyone to carry around. So we can help with blank products. Blank products don't even have to be a product anymore. It can just be a type of fabric. But blank products come from fulfillers. And the bit I wanted to talk about a little bit quickly now is Global Fulfillment Network. Yesterday, there were more than 500 live fulfillers supplying products through our network. We've got these fulfillers in every country, and now we're part of the wider Kornit organization. We're gradually converting all the Kornit customers to be able to accept orders through the workflow. So there's a huge network being built of professional, high quality fulfillment all around the world. So it makes those models possible that we've talked about of global expansion, of, you know, the US fulfiller being able to fulfill in Australia or in the UK. It's also much more environmentally friendly. So there's a real sustainability pitch here too. So not only have we got the products available, we've got the people to print them for you, and we've got the tools to work with the marketplaces. So if we go back to here, we've got most of the main marketplace. Again, one of my favorite UK ones, which is like the more a UK version of Etsy, is not on the high street. There's an Australian one called Hard to Find. There are, you know, sites like Living Social, which is more of the Groupon style, where you buy a token. All of these marketplaces, we've got solutions to deal with, so you can do on-demand products. So the reality is, me as an individual can have an idea today, have it live on marketplaces today, and even have it being dispatched to customers today. It's that instantaneous now. So hopefully that's given you a really good flavour of what we do. On a shipping point of view, again, you don't need to worry. Our platform and our fulfillment network are integrated with all the best shippers. So we can integrate you with the shippers in the right country. You don't need to have the shipping accounts. So it all goes back to making it automated and making it easy. So I think this should have given you a good summary of how things stack up together. Our team are more than happy to spend time with you, you know, going through your individual models or introducing you to the right people that can help you. So we're constantly updating, but please don't hesitate to get in touch if you'd like to explore it more. And I've got a little bit over what I expected, but now it's time to answer a few questions. If you bear with me, I will go on to the questions and answer some questions for you. So let me just jump on the Q&A and see if we've got any questions. Yep, I can see a couple here. So somebody's asking, what type of on-demand products would you say have the best sales potential for short term? The easy one at the moment is t-shirts. I think the market's evolving, getting more sophisticated, but we know that t-shirts sell on all marketplaces. And obviously there is an established range of blank products, thousands of different types of t-shirt you want. So you can go down the sustainability angle, the high fashion angle. And obviously it's very easy to think of and stick a design on a t-shirt. You can see one behind me. So my simple, if you want to dip your toe in the water, try t-shirts. It's a really good starting point. What's this one? I'm really keen on getting started and liked what you were saying about the ability to go into other markets. Is it really that easy? Yes. we can connect you up. I mean, sometimes if you have particular base stock that you want to use that's not globally available, that could be a barrier. But there are, lots of blank products and media is available globally now. There's definitely the networks globally. The only thing sometimes is obviously if you're doing very small volumes, it's sometimes hard to get the attention if you want to talk to people, but it is pretty easy. And we are seeing people with a good idea now that's working in multiple countries. One coming here. Now just come in. Do you suggest marketplaces or going through setting up your own website? It depends. Marketplaces is an easy way to get started. If you set up your own website, it's more expensive, more time consuming, and you've got to drive the traffic. So you need a big fan base. If you've got a big fan base or a way of driving traffic that's inexpensive, then you have more control with the website and you make more margin, but a marketplace is quicker. So hopefully that answers your question. Home furnishings, is this category popular at the moment? Yes. The home furnishings is the biggest growth category. I think I showed you the Spoonflower site, but being able to use that fabric and use it for curtains or use it for rugs or use it for throws. Cushions has been the big one in home furnishing, but we're getting more sophisticated now. So yes, very much. Any more questions? Yep, got one more here. Do you think that marketplaces will continue to dominate e-commerce? And is there a limit? I think there's no way they're going to fall back, is there? If anything, they will grab more share, because what you're seeing also a trend is retailers are becoming marketplaces because they're seeing that's the way to go. Once you trust the source and like going there, then marketplaces are definitely here to stay. They're not going to get less. Oh, blimey, we've had a lot of questions coming in now. Are we limited to fulfilling products produced on Kornit equipment, or can we offer products via other machinery? No, absolutely not. I mean, Custom Gateway became part of Kornit and we've been rebranded as KornitX, but we accept and want to encourage other types of decoration. All we are is specialists in the fabric, the fashion area, but there are lots of other products that we do. At this present moment, at least more than half the products are printed on non-Kornit machinery, and that's not going to change. Kornit have got the best technology for decorating textile, so clearly there's going to be a focus there, but we need to offer the full solution for the fashion industry. Can you please suggest how to get in touch with your consultants and know how to get started? Of course. The easiest way at the moment, we're currently updating our websites, but if you go to custom-gateway.com, you will find, and then in the top left-hand corner, there's a contact us button. You can use live chat, telephone, email, whatever suits you. You can grab us on social, send us a DM, well, whatever suits you, but it's easy to get in touch. That will be changing at the moment, but that will be an easy method to do it. What about workwear? In Australia, the trades are very popular. Good to see we got some Australian visitors this morning. Yep. Workwear is a very, very popular area and a really easy one to do online. So yes, we've got all the fulfillers. It depends on what type of workwear, but obviously polos are very common. All the different branded overalls, aprons for restaurant staff. Definitely a really good market to focus on. Workwear normally means poly materials. Agreed. There's a lot of polyester. Kornit now have DTG printing on polyester, soon to have DTF printing on polyester, but we also support sublimation. So we've got all the solutions for polyester. Can you confirm how much it will cost to get set up and scale? It kind of depends really on solutions. We've got lots of different options, and we've also got partners that have our software built into their offerings. So we've got solutions for big and small. Sometimes if you're a smaller company and you can't afford the setup, then we can put you directly in touch with one of our fulfillment partners who's got an enterprise license, and they can help set you up. So there's still things we can do. Is the free route still through virtualproductwarehouse.com? So yes, Virtual Product Warehouse is, in essence, all our customers put their designs in a virtual product warehouse and we make them available. So what we do is we put you in touch with specific customers. So yes, we are still pushing the virtual product warehouse, but not quite in the way we used to. We will now put you in touch with the fulfillers direct, as we expand our offering. What do you think are the implications of traditional fashion brands? I mean, that's a loaded question. You see publicity, people like Nike saying they're not going to sell on Amazon anymore. But ultimately, if 50% of consumers are using marketplaces, it's very hard for a brand. Maybe someone as big as Nike can fight it, but I Googled Nike on Amazon the other day and found more than 50,000 products. So individual sellers are going on there and selling. So I think it will get them to adopt their strategies. It will be interesting to see how that evolves over the next few years. Thank you for all the questions, folks. It was great to see such engagement with the webinar. Oh, there's a couple more coming in. I'm going to have to stop in a second. For me to start selling on marketplaces, what is the route? I mean, do you register and use the system you showed? Yeah, in simple terms, yes. As I say, we've got different routes for different people, depending on how you want to approach this. So I think the best thing to do is use the contact button on the website to get in touch, and then we can guide you through what would be best for you. So thank you very much, everybody. We've got to the end of our session. It's been great to have so much interaction with you all, and hopefully you found the session useful. More than happy to talk, and hopefully we speak at some stage in the future when you become a millionaire selling on-demand fashion on marketplaces. Thank you for listening.